Welcome back. Independent candidate Stevenson King is speaking out about his rival for the Castries North seat in the person of Janine Girodi McIntyre. While Girodi McIntyre says she is surprised by Stevenson King's actions, he says he too is astounded by her decision to go up against him.
The two candidates who have offered up themselves so far to represent the people of Castries North are pointing fingers at each other for what it seems is a betrayal to the family. In her acceptance speech as the UWP candidate for the Castries North constituency last Friday, Janine Girodi McIntyre found it peculiar the manner in which Stevenson King had left the party. King rebuffed her statements on Monday.
I announced my intention not to run as a UWP candidate last week. The next day, the party was able to pull out of its bag a lady who has indicated that she's very close to my family and that I worked with her father and I was more or less considered by the family as a member of the family. Obviously, it's true. But having considered me as a quasi-member of her family, wouldn't she have thought that accepting the offer to run for the United Workers' Party against me would have caused a family feud? No. But she has accused me of betraying the party and the people.
While Girodi McIntyre has promised to ensure that constituents reap the benefits if she's elected into office, King believes otherwise.
In the 35 years that I've been in politics, starting from the formation of the United Workers' Party, she was nowhere around during the time the poor children of St. Lucia galvanized the country, north, south, east, and west, to mobilize young people 16, 18, 19, 20. At that time, I was 22 years of age when I formed the United Workers' Party. Janine Girodi was never part of the formation. She was never part of the foundation of the United Workers' Party UFAM and was never part of anything to do with politics at the time. So to attempt to gain some level of credibility, to associate herself with her father, and her father had no input in my decision to get into politics. I got into politics out of a need to join Sir John Compton, Sir George Mallet, and Alan Busquet, whose children were the only children involved in the formation of the youth arm of the United Workers' Party.
The two will go head-to-head on July 26, 2021. Nisha Charles, Hot 7 TV, Election Central.
Following a weekend charged with political activity, a ban has been instituted on all island-wide motorcades. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force has indicated that motorcades must be confined to constituencies. Our team took to the street to hear your views on the matter.
Following a meeting with the police commissioner and the three political parties on Monday, it was decided that all national motorcades would be banned effective immediately. Motorcades are now limited to individual constituencies only. Members of the public are now reacting to this news.
We have to control ourselves. We cannot let ourselves go out of control. So it's a good thing. We really have to control ourselves. Don't let things go out of the way.
Oui, Sabo, Salam, really aiming. Because top violent, top bagay epionalot. It's a manasam malad la. Malad la pokowali et makawe yo vepe ya pour tout le monde aller demonstrater ça pas bon because ça c'est un malade qui réalité dangereux because moi garder gouvernement te fermé pour tout petit malheureux pas ta vendre 11 puis ouvert cabaret 11 puis fait ci actuellement moi tout le monde pas gal moi gouvernement ni deux chapel les tête li yon bagay tout le monde ka en dos il pas ka même dit non pas faire ça et ça really garder word.
And I see so many people without a mask in the motorcade with the UWP. Why the people can't wear a mask? Wear a mask and let the people go and do the thing. There are no carnival. That's the only thing they get for carnival. They should let the people go and enjoy themselves. I don't see why they have to put the people out. Don't do that. Let them go and enjoy themselves because it's election. That's the only election. I don't know if they'll call and say, shut the country down. And I'm telling you, these things they're doing, they need to stop it.
Well, ma pas ni pièce problème pour ça, outé conséquence moi même motoket là ko ça yo fait c'est ça moi là yo moi to you wrong the island more wrong the island so ça yo fait moi là.
The yellow, they're biased. Yeah. They're doing everything in favor of them, and when it comes to the red, they're not doing, they're always boycotting us. You understand?
Because look, Sunday, they said everybody have to have their own figure their constituency. And look, Spider and them have it all around the island, and Slurry, Guy have it on Slurry, making that even block roads so people cannot even pass. Right? I find it wasn't good at all. And some of them wasn't even wearing the mask. I saw Ministry of Health on the flat van with Girard. What are them? Girard are going up for UWP. None of them had no, Girardi, none of them have no face mask. Right? And I had mine.
Well, I agree with that because they still have COVID around. So do your thing in your area. So I totally agree with that. All right?
To me, staying in the constituencies, to me, that's one of the best things. Whatever happened, it happened among ourselves. We each and everyone can help each other, okay? That's the best thing.
And there you have it. Those were your views. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Hot 7 TV, Election Central.
On the 8th of July, a minor was found on Mena Beach in Moshi with a small chain and lock around her feet. On Tuesday, a male relative was taken before the magistrate's court for alleged false imprisonment. The president of Raise Your Voice St. Lucia, Catherine Seeley, says she's shocked by the reaction or lack thereof from society.
On July 12, 48-year-old Hector de Tourville of Moshi was taken before a magistrate in the 1st District Court for false imprisonment of a female relative. On July 14th, he was remanded until July 20th, where a psychiatric evaluation will be done. On Wednesday, 7th July, reports were made that a child was walking around the Moshi area in shackles. On Thursday, 8th July, officers from the Grosile police station found the child at Mena Beach with shackles and a small lock on her feet. Women and children's activist and president of Raise Your Voice St. Lucia, Catherine Seeley, says this situation is appalling and it is even more disturbing that very little outrage has been registered in the public domain.
The story came out. There has been absolutely no clarification from competent authorities. It's like all they do is hide sexual predators in this country. So sexual predators feel empowered. They continue to rape children. They continue to victimize children. They continue to rape women. They continue to rape boys. They continue to rape men. And we are here pretending as everything is okay. We have a government that's failing at everything, including protecting children. And then you have the ministries of social justice failing to be even to justify their name, much less. And then we think we are doing something right in this country. Why have we not heard anybody speak about why a child is in handcuffs or in chains? Why have we not heard anybody come out and speak as to the investigation and into the arrest? Why are we still hiding sexual predators in this country?
Seeley, as usual, did not spare the government for their part in ensuring that perpetrators of such crimes do not feel emboldened to continue carrying out such acts. She says there is need for a lot more to be done in terms of legislature and the meting out of punishment for crimes of any nature against children and other vulnerable parties. She says likewise, members of the public need to adopt the see something, say something approach.
St. Lucia has become a country of survival of the fittest and everyone jack for himself. So if I'm going to speak and the perception is going to be that I am criticizing the government, I am not going to speak because I might lose an opportunity. St. Lucians have been lofting this government for 5 years. They have not received anything. It's not 14 days before an election they will get. We need a special jail for both the sexual predators and the people who enable them.
Due to the age of the child, not many details can be disclosed on the matter. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Following a strike by various minibus associations in December, the transportation sector was promised some form of COVID relief. One member says at this point minibus operators are waiting in vain and many are realizing that they were duped by the government.
In December, Viewford bus drivers staged a strike which received much support from many minibus associations around the island. Though short-lived as the strike lasted only one day, drivers agreed to return to normal operations as promises were made to have consultations about their issues. Coming out of the strike, many associations requested that some sort of COVID-19 relief be given to drivers. More than 6 months later, drivers say they are still waiting. Minibus driver on the Leclerc bus stop, Victor Eugene, says as the general election draws closer, drivers are waiting to see whether the COVID-19 relief that they were promised will be given.
I have not given up. I don't think any bus driver have given up. I suspect we must be waiting until election day to really conclude that we have not really received anything. But as far as I can remember, as far as I've heard, that there is a cabinet conclusion where the government has awarded some $1.4 million to the minibus sector. But what they are saying is this money will be given when the money is available. Now, general election is just a few days away as far as I'm concerned. And it doesn't seem like we're going to get these monies.
Victor says the transportation sector, similar to the early childhood sector and agriculture sector, have been neglected and they are disappointed with the treatment they have received.
We're just there looking to see what will happen. But like I said earlier on, we are just a few days away from the general election and it doesn't seem like we'll be getting anything, So, I want to profit the opportunity to encourage minibus operators in all the constituencies to consider the treatment that we have gotten from the government and ask themselves whether they would like to see that government back in office and continue to get the same treatment that we've been getting from them in the past. So it is something that we need to consider as we head into the general elections.
Drivers say they will not stop clamoring for what they believe is due to them as the COVID-19 pandemic showed them no mercy and little to no help was extended to them by the relevant authorities. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Stay with us, there's more news after the break.